What's love got to do? Hey, got to do with it. I get a little taste, then I'm through with it. Then I send it right back to you with it. Hey, what's love got to do? Got to do with it. I get a little taste, then I'm through with it. Then I send it right back to you with it. Visionary, play your position, no missionary. But yet I pack gospel in the quotes I spoke. You listening to the most high like the Pope on dope. Now picture that, my poetry's deep, now fish for that. Only real niggas catch something, phony niggas fail. Shit you gotta feel like it's only read in braille. Both did the crime, but his homie didn't tell. So he fucking bitches while he sitting lonely in his cell. Thinking, well, what the hell I been on? They gave a nigga 5, then they threw another 10 on. By the time
What's good, by the way? What's good? What's good? We about to get started, low key, right the fuck now. What's good, Alejandro? What's good, C? What's good? Hi, and what's good? Basketball, my favorite sport. Miami is Florida's team. I'm gonna address that in a second, bro. We need to speak on that. We're gonna speak on that. But we really about to lock in today. I don't even think y'all understand how high of a level of breakdown we about to have today. We're about to have a high level breakdown. But before we even get into a high level breakdown, I of course gotta go through the Discord. If y'all got any questions before we even get started, you know what I'm saying? Get some early gems dropped. Let me know. You better drop them soon. You better drop them ASAP. And move my camera a little bit. Boom, that's solid. But yeah, we about to get locked in today. We got the Heat. By the way, let me even talk about this for a second. I was originally gonna watch the Magic game versus the Cavs, but then I went to go get the replay, right? And when I went to go to goddamn Bali Sports, which is where it's on, that shit they had like the first quarter cut in half. And I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta know the premises. I gotta know the basis of this game. And I was like, damn, I gotta watch something else. I wasn't too upset about it, but I was like, I'll catch another one. You know what I'm saying? I was about to watch my Orlando Magic, but they fucked up the replay, so I couldn't watch it. What do you think about Ingram? Wait, what? In the I heard about it a little bit. Ingram in the Pelicans game, or not Pelicans game. Of course, he plays for the Pelicans. In the Thunder game. Or are you talking about in general, like in terms of his game, his play style? Because Bi is one of those guys I could see averaging like 28. If he was really like on go like that. I don't know if he's really on go for real. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? I see the talent, I see the height, see the skill set, but he just be taking straight middies. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be hard to be able to put up 27, 28 a game on pure middies. You know? Like his mid-range game is lethal. But imagine if he comboed that in with threes. Imagine he comboed that in with like getting more fouls as well. You know what I'm saying? It's also tough to do because you're next to Zion. And Zion, that's your real gravity. You know, so it is tough to be able to kind of reach that. You know what I'm saying? Push past that point. So, y'all watch all your videos. Help me. Hey, no problem, Evan. Hey, by the way, guess what? Guess what we about to start doing? Hold on, I gotta pause the music right quick. I gotta tell you what I'm about to start doing. Right, I gotta tell y'all what's about to start transpiring for every single breakdown. So, starting today, and pretty much every breakdown going forward. If y'all enjoy watching the full length, you know, the streams, the videos, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, those breakdowns, I'm gonna have a part 2 to every single one of these breakdowns. And in every single one of those breakdowns, in all of those part 2s, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract certain clips I left out of the full breakdown, and certain ones I already had in there. And what I'm gonna do is show y'all the things as to which y'all need to know as players. And so it's gonna allow you to decipher what exact skills you need, what visualization you need to remember, and have a workout that coincides with those same exact skills. And so the Patreon members already know about it, but I'm gonna literally do it for every single stream. So if you see me do a Miami Heat stream today, you're going to now end up seeing a Miami Heat Part 2 breakdown on the Patreon, followed by an on-court workout for the skills I talked about in that Part 2, and then a weight room workout that I'm going to have that coincides with the skills that you need to be able to do the things physically. And so now we're talking about the application process. We're talking about your ability to take the mental and then apply it to the physical, because that's how you actually become better as a player. The game is 50-50. 50% mental, 50% physical. The film and stuff is going to teach you the mental. These streams are going to teach you the mental. But then now we get onto the court, and now we learn the physical. And then we get into the weight room, and we improve our ability to control the physical. And that's the most important part of it, the being able to apply what you actually see. And so I'm about to start doing that every single stream. Every single week, I'm going to have an on-court workout. I'm going to have a weight room workout. How much is a Patreon? It's $13 a month. I'm about to actually drop it right now. I forgot to put it in there. But boom. It's $13 a month to be able to get everything. So if you want to get everything, $13 a month. I dropped both links right there. So we about to get really locked in. Every single stream going to have a part 2. You know what I'm saying? So today, you know what we're going to do after this Miami Heat breakdown. I'm going to hit end stream. I'm going to go record that part 2. And that part 2 is going to be uploaded this weekend. And I'm going to have an on-court workout upload this weekend. And I'm going to have a weight room workout upload this weekend. And I may even have some other gems that I'm going to drop on there as well this weekend. And I also need to do the giveaway on Patreon. I need to do a Patreon giveaway this month. So if anybody who is in the Patreon right now, or anybody who plans on joining it super soon, what type of shit do y'all want me to give away? Because I still need to send the shit out from last month. So, yeah, I just had to let y'all know how we locked in. We about to really be locked in. Let me see where I left off. Alejandro, he said, what do you think about True Height gummies and Moon Height droplets to increase your height? I'm turning 19 in 2 weeks. The best thing I could tell y'all about height is you gotta eat properly, because what you get out of your body is what you're gonna put into your body. Simple as that. Literally, I could just leave it simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to even dive into no scientific stuff. Y'all can do that research yourself. Right? But what you put in your body is what you're also going to get out. So if you put shit into your body, you're going to also get shit out of your body. But if you put the right nutrients into your body, not just the right macros, but also the right like vitamins and right minerals, all that little stuff, if you have a balanced diet, then it's going to help your body be able to adapt, be able to grow even. And I would say don't even try to fall for that stuff, because the only thing I could possibly think that it does is maybe like enhance like calcium, because that deals with bone absorption, bone growth, or something like that, or it tries to attack certain deficiencies that may relate to your growth plates or something like that. So I'm not completely sure. I'll do some research on it, but usually like those things, I would have put my all into it and be like, yo, this is gonna help me grow, like a gummy or a droplet. I don't know if I trust that. All I can tell you though is to eat clean. And I also need to post a diet on the Patreon too. I also need to post a diet on there. So if y'all want to get locked in for real, and learn how to apply the film into your workouts, and then from the workouts into a real game, that's the way to go. What do you think about? Okay, yeah, you sent that shit twice. Do you think that IT should start for the Suns? Oh, that's a crazy question. The Suns don't even know how to deal with what they have. That's crazy. The Suns don't even know how to deal with what they have. And to kind of even throw them in at like right now at this point in the playoffs, like it's kind of crazy. Like you'll need to go through a training camp and see, yo, what can he really do? You know what I'm saying? In order for you to say, oh, he should go ahead and start. You know? Also off talking, but I watched a video tutorial about this random sport called squash, and I promised my first step increased by 30%. Okay, hopefully, hey, that's a good thing though. Only things I've heard help with height is vitamin D, magnesium when it comes to supplements, but diet is 100% the most important thing. I'm trying to tell y'all, diet is the most important. Like, if you're talking about maximizing what you actually want to do in terms of basketball and sport, and even in life, in terms of how you want to live. Like, if you eat right, you're going to be feeling like 10 times better. You're going to have way more energy. Like, you think that eating food that tastes good is going to allow you to operate at your highest level throughout the day? No. You eat the foods that's going to allow you, that's going to give your body energy, instead of foods that's going to be stripping away your body of energy. Meaning that if you're eating processed foods, it's now going to take more time for that food to digest in your body. It's going to strip away nutrients from your body, so then they could just break down this food that's already been processed before you ate it, right? Which is why if you gave a burger to somebody who 1,000 years ago, to a Neanderthal or some shit, they would die. If you gave them a burger, you gave them a Sprite, they'll literally take a bite and they'll die, because that shit is so processed. We're not supposed to even be eating it. So all for me to say that diet is the most important, one of the most important parts. Sleep also is important. Understanding how much rest you do need, how much rest your body needs. Hold on. I think, Dream, you sent another chat. I low-key missed it. Ingram dropped off in my eyes once they revealed he's actually 6'7", not 6'9". He looks tall as shit because he's lanky. He looked tall as shit. Jokic. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Damn, Lakers is cooked, bro. Bro, hold on. Did y'all even see what I said last stream about D'Lo, bro? I told y'all, don't take that as a, oh, damn, D'Lo about to start locking in. He had a game where he got hot. He got hot. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he got 23 points off of getting to his spots. He had one layup where he got to his spot, and that was a really good set late in the game because they had gravity from the all 3T hit and Bron hit. He only had like one or maybe a couple other threes, maybe three standing in space, but he never got to his spot. So, like, that was a red flag for me. And D'Lo goes in the next game and goes 0 for 7, plays 24 minutes. Yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're just cooked. It's just GGs. You know what I'm saying? It's just GGs. They need to make some moves, man. They need to make some moves. Simple as that. They got one more year with Bron, unless they end up getting Bronny or some shit, or I don't know what the fuck Bronny doing exactly. But Yogith, you said, all right, that's where I was. You said, how do I stop being predictable? I noticed that when I score 1 point through one move, I always do it and try to score the same way. Well, you got to shift your perspective of this worked, let me do it again, to let me see what they gave me and then go and get to what they're giving me, right? Because the defense takes away something, but at the same time, they're giving up something. And a lot of y'all stop yourselves at the part of the realizing what they're giving up if it doesn't coincide with you scoring. So the defense may be leading you to go pass, but you're only thinking scoring, but you don't realize you need to go pass, right? But you should just swing that ball over, right? You just need to swing the ball over. Sometimes they're going to leave you an opportunity to go and actually score, and that's when you go and score. Or the defense is falling asleep, maybe the head is turning or some shit, the weak side is busy, and now you can go and drive, and that's when you score. Or somebody else has the ball, right? Crazy. It might sound crazy. Somebody else has the ball. And guess what happens now? They're forcing them to pass, and that pass is leading to you. So whether you could be one pass away, you could be two passes away, which is why you got to be so prepared to be able to play out of the spot-up game. Because you get that ball swung over, off the catch, you have space, you have room, you got to knock that down. Hard close, boom, you could attack that close, you can hit it with a pump fake, you can get into quick 1 or 2 dribble attacks. I'm trying to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? So that's one important thing about it, is that instead of thinking of, oh, damn, this worked for me last time, let me see what's going to work for me again. You actually got to, instead of doing that, you got to go and see what they're giving you. Once you see what they give you, it's going to make everything 10 times easier. How can you become on go? Erim is nice. Sometimes I feel about myself that I'm not aggressive to score because I make some bad decisions and make bad reads. Well, if you make decisions and make bad decisions and bad reads, you got to look at the bad decisions you made and the bad reads you made and see what else you should have done. Just literally think back to it. Like when I was at a point where I didn't have film and I didn't really have much of my film from a majority of my playing career, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I guess to call it playing career, my playing days. I'll literally just think back to the spots I was in, see the decision that I made, and like, yo, what else was open, right? What else was there? And I'll kind of just remember back to that. Maybe I just have really good memory, but I'll just put myself right back in that situation, and I could kind of scan out and understand of what was going on. It's not like I'll lose memory of it completely. So you need to do that with all that you do. Like if you have a game where you made like a bunch of bad decisions, maybe right after the game, this is a hack, right? Just thought of this right now. After every single game, like fresh out of every single game, the first thing you should do is go back, think about the plays that you made, the bad ones, the good ones, write it down, right? Type it in your notes so then you don't forget the scenario that it was. Because what usually happens is that if you lose a game especially, you linger on the fact that you lost and the things that you did bad, but you never dive deep into what exactly happened, right? And if as time goes along, you're going to be more prone to forgetting because time is going to do time, right? And so if you just fresh out the game, you say you go change, say you just grab your bag and shit. First thing you do, get your phone, open up your notes, create a little notes folder, and be like, all right, play this game on this day. Boom. What did I do good? What did I do bad? And then you could literally begin to track out all the things as to what you did, as to what you could even consciously recall, right? And if you do have film, it could be even better. But I would say that's one of the best things y'all could do. You said, yeah, how could Ingram be on go? Yeah, but going to back to that first part, like you have to be put in a situation. It's not just about taking what is there and just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do it all by myself. You have to be in that situation to where it's like, I either come back and you see me, I'm at this level, and you know what I'm saying, you prove it through all the work that you put in through the offseason and the summer and adding these layers to your game, or you just end up being on a team in a situation where you're kind of pushed to do that. Like you don't have the assets around you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the teammates around you, and you just got to kind of do that. You just got to go. But that's an NBA. That's from an NBA standpoint. High school and shit is a little different. Like you can't play that same way in high school. You know, you can't necessarily play that same exact way. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little skewed. If you don't get recruited to good teams, hold on, let me get some water right quick. All right. See, you said if you don't get recruited to good teams, won't the skill gap between the players that got recruited and the ones that didn't widen to the point in which the unrecruited one couldn't stand a chance? So let me even read that again. Hold on. Let me even kind of contextualize that again. If you don't get recruited to a good team, won't the skill gap between the players that got recruited to the ones that didn't widen the point? Okay, I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. If you're someone who didn't get recruited to a good team, you think that the players on the good team are going to get better even faster than you, right? And now that gap is going to increase. But in reality, it's not like that. Because the people who are on the good team, they usually are complacent. They usually don't have a work ethic. 99% of hoopers don't have a really good work ethic, which is why even in my position, it was so easy for me to outwork everybody and why I got better so much faster than everybody else, despite them already having a natural skill set and that natural talent. You know what I'm saying? So even though I played my first organized game of basketball in 8th grade, hey Sean, appreciate that sub. Appreciate that sub. Let me unmute these subs. I had to unmute last stream. But yeah, even though I played my first organized game of basketball in 8th grade, I now look even to where I am now, just as in a skill set. And I'm like, all the people at Twitch were already like so far ahead. I'm like, I wouldn't just compete with you. I would beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was really hooping right now. So it's like, it's just about work ethic. It's about work ethic. So some people see it as a thing as, oh, you got to a good team, you're gonna get better than me, you have better everything. But other people see it as, yo, I gotta lock the fuck in. I just gotta outwork you. I gotta work smarter. I gotta be more efficient. I gotta do all these little things. So not just so I can make up this gap, but so I can surpass you. You know what I'm saying? It's just different perspectives on it. Keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Long story short. These K-men don't stand a chance against a McChicken. No cap. It's GG's for them boys if they see a McChicken. You gave them niggas a hoagie. You gave them just a hoagie, bro. GG's, bro. You gave them a hoagie. Oh my gosh. They literally they gonna spaz out, bro. Lakers cooked for real. No cap. They is cooked. You think it's over for the Lakers? It's 3-0, bro. It's 3-0. They defeated already, bro. If they're not, they're mentally defeated. If they couldn't do shit at a 1-0, 2-0, what the fuck you think they're gonna do at 3-0? Or 0-0, 1-0, 2-0? Like, come on, man. It's just like, yo, we done swept last year, ain't beat them in the regular season. Mentally, I think they cooked. D'Angelo's like this. D'Angelo be low-key be a fraud. I'm a journey is way different. The same concept of basketball really still applies everywhere, no cap. Let me get through this chat though. Let me get to where you'll send more recent stuff. I think it's time to admit it's playoffs, Spo, not playoff Butler. Spo, bro, Spo's always been like that. Spo's always been him. Bro, any tips on practicing my left hand drives and finishes? Give me left hand drives and finishes. I would say literally, if you want to get better at left hand drives and finishes, do more left hand drives and left hand finishes. I would also say this: do more things in your day-to-day life with your left hand so that you learn how to gain control over all the little muscles and the nervous system that deals with this side of your body, right? That deals with this entire side of your body. So if you usually open the door with your right, go with your left. Usually eat food with your right, do with your left. If you usually, I don't know, like wash your face with your right, do it with your left. Like do all these things with your left hand so you get used to using like this opposite side of your nervous system. So now you could get more comfortable doing everything that you do with this side of your body. So now the drives are going to get a little easier. The dribbles may get a little easier. The finishes will probably get a little easier. Like the angling, the positioning, it'll all get a little easier. Which is why someone like Bron, it's hard to be, like when he drives right or drives left, it's like, yo, he's going to score that shit. Because he could use either one of his hands. And on top of like his physique and all this other stuff, like it's tough as shit. It's tough as shit to stop. Let me see. Let me get back to where. Playoff Spo, yeah. Celtics chip bound. If the Nuggets make the finals or the Clippers, I don't see the Celtics beating them. You see, bro, if you watch the Celtics, they live and die by the three. If you live and die by the three in the playoffs, you're not gonna win, bro. You're not gonna win. How much do you post in the Patreon? Well, starting now, I'll probably end up posting towards two breakdowns per week, 2 exclusive breakdowns per week, and then so that's 2 pieces of content, an on-court workout, and then a weight room workout. So that's 4 pieces of content a week. I'm posting at least 3 times a week, but I'm talking now at least I'm trying to get at least 4 posts a week. Meaning you get 2 exclusive breakdowns, 2 part 2s to the breakdowns I do on here, then a court workout according to the breakdowns, and then a weight room workout according to the on-court workout and according to the breakdown. So it's literally all being funneled through. Like you're getting all these concepts just bomb, like just direct. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important part when it comes down to working out. Everything you do has to coincide. Right, meaning not just what I'm watching in film, but also what I'm doing in my skills workout, but then also what I'm doing in the weight room. Because all these stuff have to come together and be able to aid your overall goal, which is higher performance, right? Better performance. And if one thing is catered to one skill and then another thing to another skill, and then you try to do this for another skill, it's not gonna work. It's like sitting here trying to watch, like you're watching film on pick and rolls, trying to see how you could read pick and rolls at Chris Paul. Then you want to go in the gym, you want to work on your step back, and then you want to go in the weight room and you want to try to put on size. You know what I'm saying? It's literally going a whole bunch of different directions. Like you got one going here, another one going there, another one going there, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to put on a bunch of size, it's the one that's going down because that's gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, it's gonna fuck you up if you try to bulk in basketball. Try to bulk quick. So ultimately, you got to make sure that everything coincides, and that's what we do on the Patreon. I'm trying to go D1 in like 2 or 3 years, and I know someone who played for D. Let me read off this. This chat be fucking freezing this shit. But what's good? What's good, Sam? What's good? But where was I at? Yeah, he said trying to go D1 in 2 or 3 years. I know someone who played D1 for a school, and I'm trying to get with the same head coach and staff. I was thinking of hitting him up, but I don't know what to say. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to kind of for a player to get your name in the mix. I'll say it's kind of tough unless that player has pull at that school. Unless they got some sort of pull, they get really cool with the coaches. I mean, I don't know how they are as people, but it's tough. But I would say you can't rely upon that one resource, and you got to continue to gain more relationships so you have more options, right? You got to continue to gain relationships so you have more options. So I'll say that. Don't try to rely upon that one thing. And funny how the media Dick Rice Celtics, when they lose, it's always a lack of effort. Bro, they live and die by the three, bro. They live and die by the three. That shit's ass, dog. I didn't even see the third Lakers game. I'm chopped. That's ridiculous. I didn't even watch this shit either. I watched this goddamn Heat Celtics game. No bet. How can you improve driving angles? Being intentional, one, but also to get better angles yourself. Your body has to be able to get into better angles. Meaning you have to prepare your body for the necessary positions you're going to be in basketball. So you can control the ways as to which you're able to get from A to B. So if you want to increase your functional strength, you got to train for that functional strength. You know what I'm saying? If you need the workouts, Patreon's right there at the top of the chat. I already got some shit posted on there. Now I'm going to get probably about 3 videos posted there this weekend. 3 videos posted there this weekend. How do I play more physically as a light skin? Niggas must be trolling, bro. He's stupid. He said more physically as a light skin. I guess you got to put on your dark skin cap, bro. I guess you got to put on, you know what I'm saying, your brown cap and take off that Jason Tatum shit. You know what I'm saying, that D-Book shit. You know what I'm saying, get straight to shit. You know what I'm saying, you just gotta get busy, man. You gotta get busy. Can we repeat the encore workouts on week after? Yeah, you can, bro. I try to tell y'all as well. Like I put in even on the Patreon, I said repeat the workouts. You can do the workout the entire week. Right? Because the targets that I set on there, you want to continuously try to beat that target. If it comes down to like a shooting workout or whatever it might be, you want to continuously try to beat that target and do better and better and be more efficient each and every single time you go around. And it's within that, when you're able to find joy within boredom, within repetition, that's when you're going to become great. Because you're teaching yourself how to do one thing at its highest level. That repetition is going to breed greatness. And a lot of people want to find some sort of new external stimulus just for them to be able to say, oh, I'm having fun. This is engaging. But you're not working directly at a skill. You're not precise with that skill. You're not hitting the bullseye every single time, right? If you want to continuously have a whole bunch of different workouts that are working on a bunch of different things, it's like having a dart, and then you're hitting the outer ring, then you're hitting the second closest, then you're hitting outside the whole circle, then you're hitting the bullseye maybe one time, maybe hit it twice, and you keep missing everywhere else. Like, it's indirect. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're working on exactly what you want to work on and exactly what you need to work on, most importantly. I fuck with the reels. I still think about how you said you saw solutions for Bryce. Hey, every player, I don't think a lot of people realize this. Because a lot of people, when they see my reel, their perception on reality is oftentimes false. And the people who do put usually some sort of hating thing or insinuate that I'm hating, their perception on what is reality is false. Because everything I watch is ultimately for the betterment of whoever is viewing, most importantly, not for the person I'm watching. I'm not trying to tell a certain NBA player how to play. I'm trying to really get to the minds of y'all, because y'all the one who consuming the content. That's where people don't make that connection. That's why they don't make that bridge, right? And so anything I show is because I'm bringing a weakness to light, and now this is something they could use to improve. People just think, oh, you do something bad, you're hating. No, I'm bringing something you don't do good to light, so then I could be able to improve it. Like when y'all see me start doing IRL stuff, start hooping, and I come back and watch my film, I'm going to be like, oh shit, I did this wrong. I need to fix this, I need to do that. Boom, boom. All right, boom, I did this bad. All right, now I got to make sure I go work on this. That's the process of growth. But people don't partake in the process of growth to understand that that is a part of it, which is why a lot of people simply will not be good at anything they do. Simple as that. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. It's ridiculous. It's funny, but it's like I understand, because that's like 99%. You know what I'm saying? It's 99% of people who just are stagnant. And that should show you how much opportunity there is within the game, within anything you do to be great. Because a lot of people, like I said, with those when it comes down to that, they always thinking, oh, damn, you hate and you doing this, you doing. Their perspective of shit is just off, right? The perspective of shit is off. So I'm playing JUCO, and I'm currently a redshirt freshman. I'm gonna use film next season, and I've been contacting them early so they know. So they know you're interested ahead of time. I would say get as many options as you can. Send your shit out to as many people as you can, Alejandro. As many people as you can. Blake Griffin was a light skin. He played physically. He's so inspirational. Bro, if you think of the greatest players of all time, the highest person on that list who's light skinned might be like Steph. Might be Steph. It's Steph, right? Steph, right? I don't think Wilt or Kareem, unless one of them motherfuckers was goddamn light skinned, but that was a different era that was playing against. You know what I'm saying? Completely different shit going on over there. I ain't gonna speak on it too much, but yeah. I'm playing backside. I could. What level should I buy? Can you help me build a schedule? Well, whatever one that has build a schedule in it, I can help you build a schedule in it. You know what I'm saying? If that's the one you want, go ahead and get that. You see all the perks that's on there. You see everything that's on there. So just know once this breakdown is done, part 2 gonna be uploaded this weekend with a workout. David video about Bronny doing the right play. Too much is very relatable to me. That's why I think you should do some more high school, college. The thing with high school, it's hard for me to get full-length high school film. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to get that. So high school be tough. I could be able to get to AAU shit this summer because they usually put it on Twitch, and I could be able to go back and watch those games from Twitch. So I could peep some high school shit this summer. College be so frustrating. It'd be frustrating, bro. But I could do it. I could do it. It's just a lot of people are gonna perceive it like I just said before, like I'm hating. But a lot of people, they have talent, but they don't know the game. Like, they don't know X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, there's still that much of an opportunity for growth. Like, I'll sit here and watch playoff games, bro. And I was watching this Heat game, right? I seen Spo. He ran like some weird-ass inverted goddamn Spain pick and roll that probably nobody would recognize. And I was like, goddamn. He be making chest moves in this bitch. Like, he had made this, it was like late second quarter. And they had this whole run. And then the second, like, it'll be little shit. Like, they had a little run. They had like a 3-5 point lead. Missoula called a timeout. After Missoula called a timeout, they ran a full court press. And guess what happened after the full court press? Caleb Martin, boom, they brought the ball down. Drew Holiday went to ISO, bricked the layup. Bam got it off the glass, got it to the other side, and got a layup. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker playing chess and Missoula playing checkers, bro. Like, he just like, a step ahead of all the shit that he doing, bro. And the way and how consistent they play is just like, dog, this shit is, it's aesthetically pleasing, bro. So that stuff, it'd be tough, but I'm gonna definitely try to get around to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna try to, whatchamacallit, like going forward, just so I have more time on my schedule. I gotta let y'all know something a little later. I just gotta make sure this shit is down pat. I'm gonna let y'all know something a little later. Why you hate college? I don't hate college, mind you. I would have been in college by damn self, but like I said, it just be like the spacing be off. They be running motion offense, making shit harder than it has to be. Like your goal is to score. Your goal is to score, not to run a motion set for 15 seconds or 18 seconds and then just get the ball to this place and before you know you got no more time, right? This is they're so late to just get in this shit. Like, there's just so much fluff, bad spacing, bad decision making. You don't even try to attack mismatches oftentimes. Like it just be like, damn, man. Like, I wish it could just be more relatable to what it's gonna be at that next level. You know what I'm saying? So, Real's comment section's off the chain. They is off the chain. Them shits is off. This shit is ridiculous. I don't really be peeping them oftentimes, but like I'll try to get back to them like maybe 24 hours or so. Like I'll try to respond to some because I know some people in there genuinely asking questions or like have something to say that's not emotion, that wasn't stimulated by some form of emotion, right? Which is actually logical, and they're trying to have some form of actual conversation when it comes to the game. So I'll try to respond to those, but all that other shit is just like, yo, these niggas is tripping. Niggas is tripping. I'm an MB hater, but 50 points with the disabled is nice. I ain't gonna lie, I seen that shit. MB had 50. I was like, damn. In the playoffs, I was like, yeah, he had dummy free throws. 19 for 21. 19 for 21, bro. 19 for 21. Yeah, MB's 50 is just like, nobody really cared for that shit. I was gonna watch it, but I'm like, I got a bunch of people who are gonna come and watch my video who are guards. If anything, I probably would have watched Jalen Brunson's 39 and 13 over his 50 because y'all not gonna resonate with Embiid's 50. Y'all not gonna get better off his 50. I could have tried to do it for like just the views and be like, Embiid put this up, like, nah. I'm like, all right, let me watch some shit that's actually applicable to how y'all play the game, how y'all see the game, and could actually give y'all results, which just makes way more sense than making a video just trying to get views off of the numbers he brought. So, you know what I'm saying? I relate to Embiid's weight. You 270? Embiid may not even be 270. Embiid probably like 280, 290. Embiid like 280, 290. So we got some work to do. You got some work to do, Dream, if that's the case. That's the case. No light skins back then. And we couldn't even tell. That shit was in black and white. We couldn't tell who was light skinned. That shit was in black and white, man. They ain't see nothing. Bud Space is paying 50 minutes. 50. I'll be done by then. Most definitely. I'll probably be done by then. I betting in sports in these fancy apps. What's your opinion? College players betting? Hey, Carlos, appreciate that sub. I'm pretty sure I'm getting stupid subs off of a short I posted. I posted a short. That shit's at like goddamn. How many? That shit's at like 500K right now, bro. That shit's at like 500K. One of the shorts I have posted. I was like, oh shit, look at that. That's nice. But yeah. Nurkic is 290. MB probably weigh like the same. People hold weight different. You'll be surprised. A lot of people hold weight different. Damn, my back. Crack for a second. I gotta peep the Discord. I'm gonna peep the Discord, and then we're gonna get into the breakdown. I gotta peep the Discord. I had it open right here. I don't want to forget it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help as many people as I can. It's challenging in game like. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm about to lock in with some more shit today. Hey, Legacy, appreciate that sub. I may have to mute these subs again once the breakdown starts. If I'm able to check it live, could you please talk about taking charges? Taking charges? I mean, I could glance over the concept right quick. I would say when it comes down to taking charges, for me, what it came down to for being able to get charges, oftentimes, bro, I ended up. I don't think I've ever told y'all this, but I was playing pickup. It was going into my freshman year at college. I was playing with my trainers, and they have runs with pros and shit. Or was it then, or is it like my junior year? I don't know. It's some point. But I think it may have been like my junior to senior year or some shit, or end of my senior year. I was playing pickup, and in the pickup run, like we actually be playing like real basketball, not like, oh, let me sit here and work on my game. Like we're actually passing the ball around, moving like good high quality basketball. And so I'm like, fuck it. We out here playing real basketball. Defense calls fouls as well, to where everyone's playing honestly, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? And so what I ended up doing, it was like, goddamn, it was like 19 up. Buddy came down the lane, and I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done it. But it was this dude, he plays overseas. He like 6'7", like 220, 230. Charge right there, boom, slid on the floor. Had to wipe the floor up because of sweat from my shirt. And it was like, bro, we taking charges like this right now, bro? And I think I got the call. I'm pretty sure I got the call, but they're like, yo, chill out because you don't want nobody to get hurt. But we got the call though, so I was like, hey, by any means, you know what I'm saying? I'll take a hit. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a hit. But little shit like that, it's like, I recognize you got to be able to get better at recognizing when players are going down the lane and they can't really stop themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like certain players, they already got their head on, they got their mind fixated on what they're gonna do. And in high school, it's really easy because you don't got no restricted circle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure Europe, I think, is way smaller. But NBA shit is tough. But like playing at the levels most of us are probably in, like high school and shit, you don't got to worry about that circle. So you just got to get really good at recognizing when players can't control their momentum. And it's not often like a player's gonna come in and dunk on you because you're gonna know if they got bounce. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to tell even on their approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already going to have that in your mind. Unless you're playing, like, just dumb. Like, you're not using your brain. But, yeah, like, just being able to recognize that, that's going to give you a shit ton of charges. Bro thought he was in the NBA. No cat. Hey, bro. I was like, bro, you got to do what the fuck you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I was in a situation where I'm 6'1", 160. And so anytime I got a switch, it was like, damn, they posting up. You know what I'm saying? I remember there's a time I was hooping there, and I kept getting posted up, and then by the time I was done, because it was a mismatch, I was like, the time I was done, my fucking traps was hurting. I was like, bro, what the fuck is my traps doing sore? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, damn, bro, I got to at least do something. I got to make up for it somehow. Got to get my one charge in. You know what I'm saying? Got to get my one charge in. One charge, bro. Got to get my one charge. Watching Supervision, not gonna lie, I need to bring back the thumbnails. Nah, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Once you see the analytics, it makes a lot of sense. It'll make a lot of sense. I can't do that. I can't do that though, Yogi. I've seen a lot of good recs. I just can't do that because I see the analytics. I see the numbers, the CTRs and shit. Locked in, getting out about the PG right now. Bet that. You about to get food for thought. You about to get the bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of gems dropping in there. Part 2 to this Miami breakdown about to drop today. And I already got the clips ready to go. Already got them at my computer. Just gotta get it done as soon as we finish with this. But I'm too scared to get hit like that. Bro, it's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad. A lot of these dudes, it's not like you getting charged from Zion and shit. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't be heavy. What's good, Quessy? What's good? Injury risk is not worth it, bro. It's not that bad. Because when someone sees you, they're going to slow down, but they're going to keep going. But then you're going to get hit. You just got to keep your chin tucked. You know what I'm saying? Keep your chin tucked. Brace up. You know what I'm saying? Get strong. You'll be good, bro. It's not that bad. A lot of people be like, yo, how do you take so many charges? Like, bro, it's not like I'm out here. Like, when you get hit, like, if you know how to fall, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you won't be in this motherfucker getting hurt. What's good, Nax? But, not gonna lie, I play some messes. They may not slow down. If it's a pickup game, that's tough. It's a pick game, that's tough. But if it's a real game, shit, I'm charged. What are you talking about? Y'all want to get playing time? Y'all want to stay on the floor? You want to give your coach a reason to keep you in the game, even though you much smaller than everybody else on the floor? Get charges, nigga. Put your body on the line, man. It ain't that bad. And by the way, you could brace the fall by, like, you could take a small hit and then begin to take your fall back instead of literally standing there like a brick wall. And then boom, you get hit. You try to, like a brick wall, try to get it, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to be a brick wall, like, not try to fall at all. You could brace it by just allowing yourself to go back. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But I'm gonna peep the Discord right quick. Let me see. I'm gonna start right here. He said, "Is it worth buying the GOAT package for 1 month? For how long will you make the schedule? Because the GOAT package, it has a schedule. I'll make a schedule. What's up? What's good, Bryce? What's good? I'll make a schedule if y'all get the GOAT package and the Patreon on top of all the other amenities that's within it. But if you're gonna buy it for 1 month, I'll tell you, you'll live at a high level for 1 month. But after that month passes by, after videos continue to get stacked, after more and more breakdowns are made, then it's going to be like, damn, you only lived at a high level for 1 month, and now it's going to be an automatic decline. Like, it's going to be a regression in terms of your operation. Even if you continue to do the same shit over and over, which could be good, but there's going to be more and more gems on a day-to-day basis. So essentially, if you want the schedule, I can help you with that schedule for a month. But as time goes along, you won't have the resources, you won't have new content, because if y'all even realize to this point now, do you see me stop? You see me stop streaming? You see me stop making videos? You see me stop posting clips? You see the consistency? And you see that discipline at the top left of the screen. You know what I'm saying? The discipline is there for a reason. That word is there for a reason. You gotta live by it. I live by the mantra that you see at the top of the screen. Discipline or regret. I choose discipline. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see videos continue to stack. So if you want to just choose, all right, let me just get this one done. Let me get this 1 month. It's gonna be probably the best 1 month of training you ever had. So at that point, you may just want to keep going. So, boom, right there. Got that question out of the way. By the way, the Discord link is also in the pinned message. So if you want to join the Discord, send videos, send jump shots, send your film. You got all these channels on the side right here. So if you want to go ahead and join, make sure y'all go ahead and join. But what was this other question? How can I develop my game at my own pace and develop? I want to be a smooth 3-level scorer. I seen this a little bit earlier, but the real question becomes, what you want to be may not be who you are, and also what you want to be isn't always who you need to be. So I try to tell y'all as well that y'all got to begin to look at your game and see what do you do naturally well instead of what do I want to try to replicate out of somebody else, because then you'll find the uniqueness and that oneness within your own game, to where now you'll find yourself a spot on a team, to where you won't be a second coming of somebody else, and you'll have this unique skill set, this diverse skill set, and whatever it is that you do well, and that's how you find your spot. And that's how you're also able to just play the game in a flow and not try to play the game to a certain way and always try to play super conscious. You got to figure out what comes well to you. So I would also say to question that at first, but a smooth 3-level score sounds fantastic. It sounds like a 2K build or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But if we're really talking real life basketball, if you want to get, I'm going to break each part of this down. If you want to be able to get smooth, you got to improve your functional strength. You got to improve your body control, right? That's what if you want to get smooth. If you want to be a 3-level scorer, meaning you just score from mid-range at the rim, and then not even in post-up and isolation, which is what you don't really need, honestly, especially at y'all levels, then you got to build the fundamentals. You got to build the basics, because that 3 in that mid-range boils down to mechanics, having a solid jumper, a great form specific for yourself, right? Specific for you, what the type of form that works for you. Then finishing at the rim, you also got to understand your own athleticism and improve. And if you improve your body control from that smoothness, finishing is going to get easier. And then also the other parts of finishing is your touch. You got to improve your touch. And so there's too many things within that smooth 3-level score that it's going to be hard for you to actually go and get better if you always want to work on that every day. You just got to take one part and go and work on that. So if you want to be able to build your ability to shoot, go and work on shooting. But most importantly, shooting off the catch. Right? No dribbles, no nothing, shooting off the catch. I posted 2 workouts on my Instagram story. 2 full-length workouts on my Instagram story. If y'all did not peep that, go ahead and peep that, and better screenshot it before it's gone. Better go screenshot it before it's gone. Posted 2 workouts, 2 free workouts. If you want to go ahead and try it, just a little dip into my mindset. So if you want to go see how those are, go try those out. So yeah, it's tough. I would say go and think about those questions right there. Let me go to these other channels though right quick. Oh yeah, someone said, what do you think about Maxey winning most improved player over Kobe White? I ain't gonna lie, Maxey winning most improved over Kobe White, I ain't gonna lie, that's tough right there. That's tough. Maxey over Kobe White, I was like, damn, he increased how many points per? Like 9 points per, and he still ain't get that shit? That's tough. That's tough. But now, whatchamacallit? What time is it? Boom, we at 5. Boom. You look, you may get into this breakdown. I'm going to respond to the Discord questions off stream. Let's get into this breakdown, though. How to get through those few questions right there. But boom, let's lock in. I got the clips pulled up, by the way. Breakdown about to start. Let's get it. Let's get this. Let's get that. How many people in the Patreon? Like 30-ish? Something like that. But hold on, no. Let me get this posted. Boom. Boom. Let me find a clip right quick. I ain't gonna lie, Tyler Herro was cooking. I don't even know if some of y'all realize, but Tyler Herro was cooking. Let me get this right here. Get this post up by Bam right quick. Boom. Got that. Got that. Got that. Got that. There. There. Got that. Drop that. There we go. We posted. Now let me go post on the Discord right quick. Breakdown starting now. Everyone. Drop that. We locked in. We on 10. Locked in on 10. Here we go. We got that right there. Let me get some water right quick. All right, what y'all say? You said, what are the odds of the Lakers making a 3-0 comeback? GG's, my boy. GG's, my boy. Pack them up, man. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe 3-1. It's tough, bro. 3-0. This stage in Bron's career, it's tough. Also, I need to show y'all this before the breakdown even starts. I need to show y'all this, right? I need to show y'all the box score for this game. Right? This is the first thing I even want to show y'all. Because this is the most important part. This is going to tell a lot of the story for this game as a whole. So, look, before we even get started with this breakdown, I really want y'all to notice, right? Really notice this. Hold on, let me get some water right quick. Because I don't even think a lot of people realize this. So, the Heat right now do not have Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier, possibly two of their top 3 scorers on their team. But yet, they're still competing in games. They beat Boston game 2. This is how they did it, right? You got 14, 11, 21, 21, 24, 9, 6, 5. Everybody's eating. But the question becomes, how does everybody eat? In a situation where you do have a Herro and a Bam who are better than everyone else, but then everybody else is still cooking and still getting busy. Y'all got to understand, especially when it comes to those players outside the top 2. Understand this, right? Understand this right here. Let me go here with it. So understand, right? I believe this is the first play of the game. First play of the game for Miami. So in order for the entire team to thrive, outside of Tyler, Herro, and Bam, who are going to get theirs, they have to utilize Herro and Bam when they do get into their own attacks. So Jaquez got this. Screen by Bam, we're going against a drop coverage with Kristaps. And now notice this with Tyler Herro, right? Herro, Drew Holiday's not helping. So now he has his whole side to go right, and it forces Derek White to now be the person to pinch in, still in the paint, kick out to Jovic. Jovic, first shot of the game, boom, knocks that down. You got to utilize the gravity of your teammates if you want to be able to play at the highest level. Understand that. That's the first part we got to talk about. Hold on. Let me see what y'all saying before I'm really about to lock in. Come to go. Bro, they said the same shit last year. It's like they have some sort of culture or something. Heat culture. You stupid. But look, I'm really about to lock in. So anything y'all need to know, anything that does resonate, make sure that y'all got a little pencil out, maybe a little notebook. Take some notes on what you need. And if not, I'll just tell you exactly what you need to know after this breakdown, the part 2 that's going to go on the Patreon. So Jovic. All right, I got you. Jovic, I got you going for it. So going into this game as well, with the Heat going into the series, Tyler Herro is going to be the mismatch. And so you got Herro on Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown handle a little loose. But understand what's going to happen right here, right? Jaylen Brown on the post up, single coverage, nobody's helping. He takes this shot right here. Both toes pointed towards the baseline, shoulders damn near pointed towards the baseline. But then he ends up fading, but yet he still knocks that down. If you're Tyler Herro in the situation, you won that battle. But Tyler Herro going forward is going to win the war. Because understand how this is going to change Jaylen Brown's mindset and his approach to attacking when he gets his mismatches for the rest of the game, right? I got these plays back to back with it. Later in the first quarter, Jaylen Brown got Tyler Herro, right? And instead of taking advantage of the fact I probably got about 30 pounds on him, I'm 3-4 inches taller than him, wingspan got that, you know what I'm saying? I got all the things that have to deal with size on him. Pause. And now what he ends up doing the second time go around with Tyler Herro, instead of putting him in the rim, dropping that shoulder, he spins and takes another fade, misses that one, right? 1 for 2. All right, we split the series now. Fourth quarter. This is the next time Jaylen Brown is going to end up getting the switch right here with Tyler Herro. Understand what's going to transpire because he built the premise of this attack of believing I could get a jumper off. I could get a fade off. Instead of taking advantage of what he has the advantage on, which is size, he takes another pull-up, he misses that. 1 for 3, Tyler Herro has won that war. Because Jaylen Brown decided not to use his advantage and said, all right, let me shoot over the top. Let me use this thing I have a slight advantage in instead of the thing I have a great advantage in. And I know Jaylen Brown can get himself to the rim. I know he can drop that shoulder, boom, bump, late. I seen him do this shit so many times. Watch him play against Denver. Watch those games. Ultra aggressive to the rim. I know he can do that shit against Tyler Herro. I know he can. And then even if you don't got it, inside out 3. Easy basketball. I usually watch the Patreon videos like 5 times and then once every day after. Make sure taking notes. I even peeped this yesterday. Yesterday night. The person who listens to something will consume 10% of the information. The person who what's the third one? Hold on. Before I even get to this last one. This is what it is. The person who like I said, the person who only listens consumes 10% of the information. The person who takes notes is able to consume 30% of the information. But the person who's able to present the information back to the presenter is able to consume all the information. Because it's forcing you to tap into your ability to retrieve information from yourself. Right? So instead of having to recall information from somewhere or just simply listen to something and be like, oh, I like that. You now have to know all the concepts if you want to be able to present that information back to who you got the information from or to somebody else. So you got to get yourself so sharp when it comes down to picking up skills and picking up certain things that you're able to represent that information back to somebody else and you have your own context of it. That's a gem. You got a quote book? Nah. I may have a quote book in the future, like on some Marcus Aurelius shit, meditations type shit. But here too, I want to talk about this as well. This is also a big concept. So, I'm really about to lock in. So, gotta talk about this once again, right? So, the Heat are vastly undermanned, like we just seen before. You've seen the roster. But the way as to which they're gonna pick apart this Boston defense, the most talented team in the NBA, is by this simple 2-man action right here. Watch, right? With this 2-man action between Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo, they're going to do one thing this entire game. Advantages. Watch every play going forward and how they're going to cook with this, right? So you got Herro coming off this screen. Talked about it already. Kristaps in a drop. Watch Herro's next move. Watch his next move. This is perfect. That move right there. Boom. Got him. We all know that's a hezzy, but what's the parts of a hezzy, right? This is for y'all hoopers that want to throw that hezzy in if you really do need it, right? Notice. You need these 3 parts to a hezzy. You need, first and foremost, you need to have your base. Right, you need to have your base because if you want to get into a shot, you could go up, or if you want to drive, you have all the action potential to go ahead and drive. 2, you need the eyes up, right? You need to show the eyes that you're actually looking at the rim. You may actually shoot. 3, you need that offhand to at least get up a little bit. You get all 3 of those parts, it's going to be tough for a defender not to bite on your hezzy in a situation where they're trying to especially recover, or they fall into sleep, or they're trying to anticipate. So now Herro makes a simple play, help from the strong side corner. throws it right back to Jovic, right there, boom. He ends up getting that bucket from the corner. 2 threes from Jovic. 2 threes to start the game. Everybody gonna eat. He gonna make the right play. And now back to this. I want to talk about Bam. I want to talk about Bam right quick because a lot of people don't even realize this. A lot of people at all do not realize this. So, in order for Miami to actually win just this game, but also the series, they cannot try to play ISO basketball. They don't got a bunch of ISO players, but it's going to be timely ISOs like Bam is here. You're going to see Bam only attack Jaylen Brown in isolation. That's going to be the main person that he goes at and goes to attack because that's the one that he's most comfortable with. That's the one he has most favor in, right? And so when they got Bam on a Jaylen Brown, they're going to clear out and let Bam go to work. He's not just going to ISO anybody. He's going to be smart with it. Jab, he stayed with that. Once again, gets into his middle, got the size on it. Notice this right here. Drop, boom, separation. Bam been working on his offense. Been working on his game in the offseason. You can definitely tell because every year the playoffs come around, he's a high-level performer. Every year on both sides of the ball. And now here too, this is another important part. I'm gonna go full speed for this sequence right here. I'm gonna go full speed for the sequence right here as well. So notice this as well. This is about Jason Tatum, but I'm gonna connect it back to Miami. So just overall, right? Going into a series against a team like Boston, this is bound to happen. Not just a 3 from Jason Tatum, but ultimately another, bucket by Jason Tatum. And then guess what else is going to happen, right? Another 3 by Jason Tatum. That's 10 points in about the first 5 minutes of the game. There's another bucket he had from Jason Tatum. And so Miami's perspective, how do we deal with those scenarios? How do we deal with these situations? You know this is going to happen, but the key is to continuously play your game and understand that this is bound to happen and we cannot get shocked because this is going to happen. Like I keep saying, it's going to happen. So by the time it happens, they continuously play their game. Now, early offense in transition, we go against a drop, and that's where everything changes because that drop coverage is a gold mine for guards and for teams who decide to move the ball. So understand, at this point, the second that Herro comes off this screen and Jaylen Brown is trailing, responsibilities all over the court now shift. You now have Horford, who has to guard 2 in Herro and Bam. You now have the tag, who's going to end up being Kristaps Porzingis, who has to worry about Bam and then the second pass out. Then you have Derek White, who has to worry about the first pass out and then where that pass may go after that. So he has to worry about Jovic and Jaquez, right, depending on where it gets thrown. So now you only got Jaylen Brown, who's guarding 1, Pritchard, who's guarding 1 in this corner, who's not helping, strong side. And so now Bam on that roll, Porzingis on that tag, Jovic straight swing to Jaquez at the top. He lifted up, no closeout, he gets that bucket. This is real offense. This is how you actually compensate for the fact that we don't have stars and we don't need to play isolation basketball. We're going to play team basketball, and that's how we're going to beat you. You're going to shoot yourself out the game if you're Boston, or you're going to try to ISO your game out the game, and we're just going to continue to play as a team. Now, once again, these plays be so tough to guard. Let me talk about Duncan Robinson, as a matter of fact. Let me talk about Duncan Robinson. Peep this, because although you see Duncan Robinson camping in the corner, he's still in attack mode. Because watch this. The second Herro gets this switch with Al Horford, what does this tell Duncan Robinson now that he's got Al Horford on him? Oh, shit. How Al Horford never guards the ball in pick and roll actions, right? And I'm not even going to pick and roll. I'm a shooter. And you got Pritchard on the backside. I hip tap and I slip out. Pritchard leaves, and now I'm open for a 3. He was camping corner, waiting for his time to go and attack and set the screen at the right time. Y'all got to understand, playing off the ball, and if someone tells you to stand in one spot, doesn't mean you don't look for opportunities to be able to take advantage of a defense. You got to still sit there and see ways as to which you could bring gravity and just wait for when it's your time. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay patient in those situations. And Duncan Robinson, hit, tap, boom, slip out, top of the key, shot, bucket. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand those things. And now here too. Got him. Tyler Herro was doing this shit all game. He had 24 and 14, by the way. He had 24 and 14, which is ridiculous. I was like, oh shit, he low-key cooking, right? He low-key cooking. So Tyler Herro had 24 and 14, but the key to that 24 and 14 is that he was never trying to make his play. or he was trying to make a play for someone else. He was just trying to make the right play, which is the most important play. So when he ends up getting here off the screen, notice, eyes on the rim, ball as if he's going to pick up and go shoot. So what does this tell Jaylen Brown? Oh, shit, he's behind the play. So what do I got to do? Step up, but I swing that to Caleb Martin. Low-key might have been a travel. I'm not sure. But I just know that bucket counted, right? I know that bucket counted. And this is where Miami and Boston greatly differ. You seen Caleb Martin just hit that last three, right? He just hit that last three. So understanding that he just hit his last one, he now gets this shot opportunity right here. About 3 seconds into the clock, but he hit that last one's like, all right, let me heat check this. You know what I'm saying? I got a clean look. They're not really putting their hand up. Let me try that one. He misses it though. But understand, what is Boston now going to do that's within their game plan, within their point of attack at all times, regardless of who it is? Derek White comes down. He ain't hit a three all game. What does he end up doing right here when he's supposed to get this drag? Let me pull this up from three because all we do is shoot threes, right? And now Miami comes back on this other side. And we remember how Tyler Herro already hit a three thus far in this game. He's already hit 1 3 thus far. So now what's going to end up happening now with Tyler Herro, he's got Kristaps who's picking up on him. And with him being a bigger player, drop back. And now what could he do? Step into that three from range, already got a good rhythm. They take smart, logical threes that are in the flow of their game and their offense, whereas Boston going to chuck them. They're going to chuck them. They're going to let them loose. They're going to let them rip every single time. That's where they defer, and that's where I think Boston is going to literally shoot themselves out of games. And this is how Miami could shoot themselves out of games. Let me talk about this for a second. Hold on. Same thing goes for Miami. All it takes is for one bad play, someone's one bad attack for shit to go left. But luckily it didn't for Miami, right? So a lot of people would think without having Jimmy and Rozier, it'll look a lot like this, right? People would think they would have these type of attacks, and this is the only way you can score in basketball, right? Which is Duncan Robinson being a spot up player, and he takes a sidestep three off a dead dribble. That's how they got to play if they want to lose. But if you actually do want to win, you got to play that same team brand of basketball. And it's not like he had no more time on the clock. He had 7. So that was a bad play right there. But ultimately, he probably got checked for it, and they made the adjustment going forward, and they won the game. So. And now here too, once again, they was low-key manipulating this. Now I think about this last time, we just seen Pritchard with that hip tap with Duncan Robinson. This is tough again. Remember that. This is the first time I'm even connecting these two plays and just even people being in actions. This is how y'all could even see the consistency of attacks within teams, right? So understand that now, once again, you got Jaquez at the top. 12 left in the quarter, 9 on the shot clock. And you got Duncan Robinson with Peyton Pritchard, Horford guarding the ball. And now just with Horford guarding the ball, Pritchard guarding Robinson, who's going to slip out or set a screen, whatever it might be, they don't know how to guard this side of an action, right? You just got to understand. In this scenario, Al Horford never guards the ball in pick and rolls. Peyton Pritchard rarely often does guard the screener in these pick and rolls or slips, whatever it might be. And so by the time it gets here, the communication, what do we do? Do we switch? Is this even in the game plan? Is something we have to prepare for? I don't know. And Al Horford, I don't know how to lead the ball a certain direction. So what do I end up doing? I'm just standing there. Pritchard, he's just standing in one spot. And now you're not coinciding with your teammates so you can be able to lead the ball to where you both want them to be and be able to take away another thing. So now he ends up getting left. Boom, right there, gets a foul. And now this play right here is tough too. This play is tough. Kevin Love right here. You see Kevin Love, Jason Tatum on this post up. This is important. This is very important. This is something all y'all can learn from. All y'all can learn from. So understand. We're gonna start right here at the top with Kevin Love, right? So notice, Kevin Love has Jason Tatum. I don't know how you think of it, but could be a mismatch. And so understand this weak side defense. Horford ended up clearing out here with Highsmith. And so now what happens? Horford sitting at the nail, worried about Duncan Robinson with Drew Holiday in the split action, because Duncan Robinson could slip to the rim and cut, right? And so he's worried about that and worried about the fact Kevin Love could score on Tatum. So what does Jaime Jaquez now do in this situation? I want y'all to understand. It's about the people on this weak side that's going to allow these plays to work. Jaquez is understanding the fact that Peyton Pritchard is stepping up. I get behind his back. Horford is worried about this split. And I can now creep along this baseline, and now Peyton Pritchard tries to point switch. But with the crowd so loud, with all of this going on, there's going to be a delay in this communication. So Horford is going to get to Jaime Jaquez a little later than Peyton Pritchard says, which is why it's always important to know exactly when someone is exactly at what point in time. You always got to see both. So then you can communicate immediately, and that delay does not impact you. And so what ends up occurring, Horford late steps out, Jaquez pump fake, one dribble, right there gets that layup. Easy basketball. Easy basketball. They cooking. And now here with Jovic. Little plays like this show y'all a lot more than y'all even think. Little plays like this. So understand this. You got Jovic, who is not no shot creator, not really a playmaker, but all it takes for him to have gravity is this right here. A screen, because it puts White behind the play. You got an advantage. And now once you have this advantage, it's not about how can I score, how can we score, right? You're automatically going to pull in Porzingis, going to pull in this weak side. Responsibility is going to shift. You got 3 people who are going to guard 2, right? Focused on 2. And now he just got to get in here and make the right play. You throw this down right here, over to Caleb Martin on that lift, and he attacks, strides right there, tries to get that dunk on Kristaps, but gets that foul. And I also want to say this about this play as well. A lot of people who try to dunk in game, right? A lot of people who try to dunk in game struggle for this very reason right here. So understand, if you want to become an in-game dunker in situations like this, you got to understand, watch Caleb Martin's feet, right? He ends up attacking right step, right, left. It took him 4 steps and 1 dribble for him to get into his approach, right? And so what a lot of y'all would do in this scenario is that y'all would decide to, actually let me slow this down a little bit. Let me slow this back down to 0.5 because you really need to see what's going on, right? Because what a lot of dunkers would do, they will get that first dribble, stutter step, and then have to take a second dribble, and they can't take all that momentum in. And so the most important part when it comes down to that is being able to have enough strength so that you can be able to stride and absorb all the force and redirect it into your jump. Most important part. Not too many of y'all are dunkers, but for any dunker that is out there that may see this, y'all need to understand that. Got to maximize those strides. And now this sequence right here is a tough sequence. This sequence is a vital sequence. Now, sorry that this shit looks a little off, looks a little weird. Fucking TNT had to cut out, so I had to go to goddamn, whatchamacallit, like the in-arena show or some shit. But understand, this sequence that's about to happen right here is vital for how Miami is able to control the game, right? So you got Tyler Herro, who's going to get this screen here from Martin, then another screen here from Bam. Derek White's on him, switch with Hauser, he brings that back. Notice what Tyler Herro does right quick, right? This is a little gem, right? Look at his eyes are looking up, but where does the ball go? Straight to Caleb Martin, because notice how that put Derek White to sleep, right? Notice, the second that he brought that ball back, looked at the rim, Derek White just sat there and held. He didn't even realize he was going to throw that to Caleb Martin, who's now moving over. So now, boom, left wing shot by Caleb Martin. Boom, he knocks that down. Give me that bucket. So understand, they try to run the same set again. Derek White's a little more prepared. So now he's able to get over this, right? And what ultimately ends up transpiring in this play is what usually happens oftentimes, especially in high school. So y'all can even learn from this. So now Tyler Herro, understand. So at this point, Tyler Herro, get into this action with Bam. Let me see what we got. I end up getting left. Do I have options? Nah, I don't got nothing. Rescreen going to the right side. I end up now getting to this right side. See too many bodies. I don't have the height. I actually got a negative wingspan. I'm Tyler Herro. I got a negative wingspan. It's tough for me to get these passes in these angles. So what ends up transpiring now, all right, we don't got anything. Kick to Jovic. He don't got nothing. 6 seconds on the shot clock, right? Shot clock, most importantly. Some of y'all don't have shot clocks. Bam gets it. This is when I face up and I go ISO and I get busy. Hey, Rails Vision, appreciate that sub. But this is where I face up in the ISO and I get busy. Not just when I want to come down the court and have all the time in the world and I feel like doing so. This is where you got to do so. You just got to get to something. So now Bam goes and plays ISO right here with Kristaps. Boom, gets into that fade. Bucket, right? This is a vital sequence what's about to happen here. So notice, defensively, let's talk about defensively with Miami, is that they are going against the Kristaps. He does have length. How do you defend the length, right? Pause. How do you defend the length? No diddy. So now Tatum ends up getting this from the top. Jovic is on the high side. He thinks he got it. Watch what Jovic does. Instead of just running back and being a bot, throws the hands in the air. Got to get hands on that. Make that pass as difficult as it can be. And so now the momentum. Understand the momentum of this game, right? 42-44. He calls for this early offense like I talked about before. And now slip up right here. Porzingis high. We create another advantage. Jovic with this. Derek White tries to slow down that pass. He does. But Caleb Martin, little jab, gets Hauser to go down to that paint. Shot by Caleb Martin. Understand the reaction, though. I told y'all this is an important sequence, and I'm not lying. Because after they hit this 45-44, they take the lead. What ends up happening now is that Boston had called a timeout, right? Boston had called a timeout. And now, y'all, if y'all understand, when the team calls a timeout, you're doing that to get a team recuperated, right? Hey, Monk, appreciate that sub. Appreciate that sub, right? But you're using that to get the team recuperated, to get them back in their flow, to be able to run the offense you need to and be able to stop that run. So Mazzulla, at this point in time, he probably called out a set. All right, next time we come in, we're going to run this set against this type of defense, and we're going to try to get you in your spot or get that player in their spot and do this, do that. But Miami, they switched up their defense. They ran a full court press. And so now for Boston, mentally, it's like, oh, shit, we might panic a little bit. So understand what happens even now within this play. Drew Holiday gets the ball from the inbound. Everybody clears out, right? You got it. And so with this full court press, you got Tyler Herro, who's the elephant in this series, right? They're trying to attack him. What does this now tell Drew Holiday? All right, if I get any sort of angle, I'm going. But little do you know, the angle that you got is going to be met with more defense. And you played exactly into the game and into the game that we laid out for y'all. And now what ends up occurring right off a timeout. We get that stop, bam, Euro, boom, we get that 2. 4 or 5 point possible swing because they switched that defense and now they're able to expand their lead instead of losing that lead. Miami's playing a game of checkers. They playing chess. Or I think I might have that shit flipped around. I might have shit that flipped around. I don't know. But fuck it, let's keep it going. Keep it going though. This is the play I was talking about to start the stream. I was like, yo, they on a different playing field with this. I ain't gonna lie. Spo got it. I don't know how Spo be thinking of these counters and variations or these coaches, but this right here is about to be a Spain pick and roll. Right? Notice. Tyler Herro's gonna get into this middle. Bam's gonna end up setting this screen, but then they end up setting another screen for Tyler Herro going from the corner, but now curling up to that wing. And then it's like, yo, how the fuck are you really supposed to guard that? That's some shit you just throw out there, but you don't keep using it because they may catch on to it. You know what I'm saying? Just when you need that bucket. And I know that they're trying to run it because look at Jovic. Right? Pay attention to Jovic. Is that once he gets here, he's also recognizing Tyler Herro gets to the stop so then he could be able to pitch it back. It was just like, damn, bro, they got it. Those are plays that literally change games. Those are the game changers. And out here too. I want to talk about this play as well. Talk about Boston just a little bit. Just right quick. Talk about Boston. So notice, right? Notice here with Tatum. Tatum gets that screen from Porzingis. Now, Tatum gets that switch on to Tyler Herro, right? And now you know Tatum versus Tyler Herro. You know the advantage is size. Height, weight, wingspan, all size. Pause, no diddy, right? And so watch what Tatum does now, right? Watch what Tatum does. Jump shot. That's a waste of a switch. You know what I'm saying? Because knowing the fact you got Tyler Herro, what you could have done here, clear wide out, dribble to that baseline. Because while you dribble to that baseline, you get closer to the rim. And now you're able to utilize that side. You could turn your back and get into the post. And you should be able to easily get a bucket. But Boston, they 2 3-point heavy. They 2 3-point dominant. And he just settles for a 3 right there over the top versus Tyler Herro. Even though they did get an offensive rebound off that, that's a waste of a switch. And now let me talk about this as well. Hey man, got my next game on a really good shot blocker and a good 2-3 zone. Any tips? Get the ball into the middle of the floor against a 2-3 zone. Utilize a floater. You're an old head. That was an okay play for JT. That's not a no. You telling me this is an okay play? This is not no old head. That's a terrible shot. And if you think that's a good shot, you're bugging. You're bugging. You got, bro, he's got 30 pounds 5 inches, 6 inches in height, wingspan, everything on Tyler Herro, and you tell me he should just take a triple threat shot, pull up over the top when you got a size advantage? That's not no old head. That's not no old head perspective. It's just this is how you should play basketball. Burrito tweaking, exactly. But now let me talk about this right quick. Remember what I said about the inevitable before. So when you play a team like Boston who shoots so many threes, they're also going to have just as much of a chance of going cold as they do getting hot. And so just understanding that is really the inevitable throughout the course of this game. You got Jaylen Brown right there. Boom, he hits 1 3. Right? He just hit that first one right there in the second. Boom, he ends up getting the second one. Boom, knocked that one down. And now, all right, he hit 2 in a row. The crowd's going crazy. He's got an ISO. Boom, pull back. Another 3. Like, oh, damn. But this is where Miami is just different from all other teams. Because if you know this is an inevitable, why would you get shocked when it happens? Because you already prepared yourself for it in advance. So when they get down the other side, right? When they get down the other side of the floor, they're just going to continue to do what they do. They're going to run their offense. They're going to run the same type of action. Herro and Bam. We got the drop coverage. And now just understand what happens. Playing with a pace. Herro or White takes away this side. Forces them to that baseline. Drop. Hop into that jumper. Breaks this hot streak once again like they did in that first by continuously playing their offense and not being rattled by one player getting hot. High level. They locked in. That's how teams don't lose leads and shit. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Talk about blowing leads a little later on. Colts, appreciate that sub. But I want to talk about Jrue Holiday's defense. Notice this right here, right? Watch Jrue Holiday's positioning, right? He's guarding Hawkes. He jabs to the right, hops out. He cross steps, he hops with that cross step. And where a lot of y'all mess up is that when someone makes that cross step, you don't get back to position to where you started. What Jrue Holiday now does is that he hops back to that middle so he can keep him on that sideline, and Hawkes tries to go rip through, but Drew's already there, and he gets a charge. Smart basketball, man. Being a defender, you can't allow a single step to change how you want to typically guard a defender, how you typically want to guard the ball handler. So with that cross step, he changed positioning. But with that, when he squared back up, he changed right back. Because you have to guard according to how they're positioned and not just according to how they were positioned and just getting stuck there. Jrue Holiday didn't get stuck. How to keep it driving, how to not get ripped by a help or just lose the ball in general. I mean, if you're talking just losing the ball in general, it seems like you got work to do on your ball control. You know what I'm saying? Work to do on your ball control and how to keep it dry. That's work to do on your body. So that's why I always try to tell y'all. If y'all get to the game and it's like, I can't do this. Reflect on all your habits. What did you do as time went along? What did you do last week? What did you do yesterday? What did you do the day before? Did you do everything you could possibly do to be able to get yourself in the best position for what you want to accomplish, which is being able to be a better basketball player at this point in time? So now you got to think to yourself, once you get to another opportunity to put the work in, and while you're sitting on the court regretting and wishing you had put more work in, discipline or regret, you choose. You know what I'm saying? That's how the basis of my mindset started, and that's why you see that shit at the top of the screen. You got to go back, and as time goes along, you got to ask yourself the same question. Am I going to put the work in right now to then be able to get myself prepared for my next game and continue to stack those days because the results are not microwavable? Or am I going to just continue to get to my next game and wish I put more work in every single time? And that pain of regret, some shit that just hurts your soul. Some shit that hurts your soul. Should I do workouts to get better? Of course. You should never stop doing individual workouts. The extent of it, the intensity of it could change, but in general, no. It really shouldn't stop. You gotta always work on your game. Celtics giving the Heat's open shots. The lucky regular shooting is gonna happen again if Missoula doesn't adjust. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. What the Heat be doing, or what the Celtics be doing, is that they let the people they think are non-shooters shoot, but they're gonna knock down open shots. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Martin, you're still not giving Caleb Martin a hand. While you got Porzingis in the paint, like it's shit like that. I'm like, yo, you got Porzingis in the paint, you're not giving him a hand. You got Jovic taking shots. What happens when you run him off the line? You know what I'm saying? What happens when you run them off the line? I know they're going to move the ball, but force them to finish at the rim over your bigs instead of just letting them shoot threes with late hands. That shit was low-key a little wild. So, I want y'all to peep this as well. Peep this as well, too. Like I was talking about with Bam, right? So, this aspect of the game is in Miami's game plan. So, understand, Jovic has the ball. He points out to Bam. Why does he point to Bam? He's got Jaylen Brown, the matchup that he likes. So now we're going to go in ISO. Tells Caleb Martin, come get the pass. And now he ends up getting the ball down here to Bam, who's now going to ISO. We're not going to ISO every single time down. But when we got our matchups, we could go to work. Only for certain people at certain times. So now he's got the matchup with Jaylen Brown. Bump once again. Loves to work his way to the middle, by the way, if you haven't really watched Bam. Loves to work his way there, and he ends up getting fouled right there and then. If he stayed down, it would have been a different story, but doesn't change the fact that he fell for that pump fake and he got himself to the line for 2 shots. Should have went this way. I just realized he should have went this way. Bugging. Should have went that way. Now notice what's going to happen. Now notice what the fuck going to happen. Now I want y'all to understand. Look, this right here is elite help defense. Jason Tatum got the switch on to Jovic, right? And now watch Caleb Martin. He ends up hopping out. The second he did that, watch what Jason Tatum does. He throws it back out. But Caleb Martin, I'm not going to sit here and keep my hands in my pocket. Active hands. Now notice how this changed Jason Tatum's get back the next possession. Is that he now has to reassess what the fuck Caleb Martin is going to do. Is he actually going to double? Or is he just digging? What is he doing? So I'm just going to turn my back. Right? I'm going to turn my back. Instead of actually attacking face up, as he continues to dig. I also have Herro on that weak side who's ready for that pass. Now he has to load that out wide. He rotates, throws that to White to Brown. Bam already ready on that rotation. Whole team is in sync. Air ball. We got the stop. That all started with Caleb Martin on that help. All started with Caleb Martin. Elite. But now let's go back to this though. Let's go back. We got to talk about defense. Now, some people might think it's kind of odd that the Heat are going to guard Kristaps like this, right? Willingly switch, right? A Herro onto Kristaps and not even do an off-ball switch. But you got to understand Kristaps as a player, right? He's never going to try to put you in the rim. He's just going to try to play vertical, shoot over you, float over you. He's not really going to use the size for you. He's not going to drop that shoulder. And so with Herro, with these guards, with these wings, they just got to get up underneath him, get him uncomfortable, get him off balance, because especially in the playoffs, you're not getting those calls like that. You're not getting those calls. You may want it, but you're not going to get those calls. And so now Miami is simply letting him do that, and they're making sure they give him a physical, you know what I'm saying, a physical under a defender who's getting up underneath him, top style of defender every single time. Hold on. Shot fix jump depends on how ugly we're talking. Depends on how ugly you're talking on the jump shot. Perfect team defense, indeed. Bama seat that moves like a wing player. A center that moves like a wing player. A little bit. He solid. It's like on the brink of like a wing player. You know what I'm saying? Keep him out the low post. That as well. But here too, I got a little sequence. right here. Got a little sequence. So look, this will make Drew Holiday an elite defender, right? He's got Tyler Herro, switches on to Jovic, but watch, Jovic leaves, right? But Drew Holiday, he's still standing in the same spot, watching the action. And so by the time Tyler Herro decides to go right, he didn't take account for the fact that Drew Holiday is going to be standing there, because Drew Holiday is supposed to leave with Jovic, but he didn't trail him, right? He wasn't being a bot. He wasn't being an NPC. He blew that play up, and now Herro panics, and now boom, he ends up getting that steal. But this right here is why Boston, in my opinion, will not win no chips. If they keep doing this shit, they not winning none, bro. You can't do that in the playoffs, man, down 5. And that's not even a Drew Holiday thing. That's something in the terms of mindset that Joe Mazzulla has preached to him, that a coaching staff has preached to him. Because Drew Holiday typically in his career is not taking that 3. But if you're motivated to take that, and it's like, shit, why not shoot? You're going to shoot that shot. You You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what you tell me. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna just shoot threes, shoot threes. You can't get mad when I do it because you keep telling us to do it. Crazy ass shot. They gonna shoot themselves right out of a ring. Not even out of a series, bro. Right out of a ring. That shit's gonna hurt. I don't know when they're gonna realize it, but it's gonna take some time, bro. I don't fucking know. It's gonna may take a new coach, bro. Overhyping the Celtics, they gonna shoot them, bro. They're gonna shoot themselves right out of the series, dog. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. But peep this as well. I want y'all to notice this. So this is the next time down, or this is a little later in the game, right? I got some of these clips compiled from throughout different courses of the game. So understand this. Now the next time down, right? Herro's got Drew. I don't want to attack Drew in a pick and roll, right? I don't want to do that. Let me get Sam Hauser. And understand the fact that last time Drew Holiday ain't clear out. Notice what DeLon Wright does. He ends up moving. Holiday ends up peeping. He now moves down a little bit, and when he turns his corner, he's not seen with the defender right in front of his face, one. And two, he now also takes into account the fact of what Drew is doing, trying to blow up this whole action. And so Herro, I just kick to the corner, and that's why he ends up having 14 assists for this game. Boom, bucket. Making the right plays and not trying to make my play, right? That's not just the only time. Notice this once again. He's guarding Highsmith, turns, sees him going to the corner. He might have been better not even turning and just staying at that elbow, but he continues to drop. And now Herro ends up getting to this right side. And notice what Herro now does, right? You got Drew who's going to try to step up and do something with this action. Herro, eyes on the rim. Last second while he's stepping up, swing that to Jaquez. Jaquez right there gets a tap shot. Boom, give him another bucket. He just, from that first play alone, it allowed him to take into account what he's seen that first time. And that's how you make in-game adjustments. If y'all just sit here and try to just read the same thing every time and not try to look back on what you did wrong and adjust it going forward, knowing that you're about to do something similar to what you've done, it's going to be hard to be able to actually get out of a ditch within the course of a game. You got to see what you did, adjust it on the fly, and then boom, get straight to it. But you're not able to build that resilience and that quickness unless you do the work off the floor to then have the mindset and the ability to reflect and correct, which is the most important thing you need to do in basketball, man. That's really a gem right there. That reflect and correct, y'all better take note of that. I might as well put that shit in the quote book. You got to reflect and correct. If you reflect and correct, you will literally, that's a key to success. Damn, man. Gem right there. But I also want y'all to notice this as well. So this action right here, bars, no cap. Peep this. I look, you went back a little too far, but hang with me on this play. You're going to see this play right back. Jaquez on that bucket. By the way, part 2 to this breakdown after this is going to be recorded and dropped on the Patreon this week. So make sure if y'all want to see a part 2 to this breakdown in terms of the things y'all need to apply in the game, how to improve all these different aspects, how to gain these new skills, I'm going to have a part 2 dropping on the Patreon this weekend talking about certain skills that you need to know from this game. And I'm going to do that for every single stream, in case you weren't here earlier, where I'm going to watch this game, have more clips to do a breakdown about the game that apply directly to your game, and then I have an on-court workout, then I have a weight room workout. So make sure y'all stay tuned because we're going to do that damn near every single stream. About to have part 2s going dummy. Part 2 is about to start going dummy. Patreon at the top of the chat, top of the description. So peep this as well. This play is tough. So remember how I talked about Peyton Pritchard and Al Horford not being familiar guarding certain parts on defense, right? So now with Bam dribbling over, you're thinking, all right, this is a handoff. Stay attached here, give yourself room. Switched it to a screen. And that switch right there alone, that didn't even give them time to communicate, even know what to do. Because on top of the fact they were in the situation 2 other times, this is the 3rd time. Shit, I don't know what to do. Or what are we doing? We staying? We switching? Now he gets the switch, swing to Herro to Highsmith at the top. You're going to let him shoot. Right there, boom, top of the key, line up the seams, bucket. If you give him that much time to shoot, he's going to knock it down. That's where Boston fucks up. You give him everybody just enough time that they need to be able to hit shots. And Miami going to knock the bitches down. Miami going to knock them down. They're not going to forcibly take threes. They're going to take the smart ones. They're going to take the good ones, the ones they can hit. Boston, they're going to take all of them. That's the only reason they be struggling with these series. The most talented team in the league. They playing a team who didn't even have an all-star this year. Not saying that Bam isn't an all-star, but they didn't have an all-star this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, come on, man. And plays like this. This is why the media will be like, oh, they're playing lazy, right? But this happens in all of hoops. So understand, right? I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the easiest time. Let me go back a little bit because it starts even earlier, right? This is the easiest time you could drive on your defender. Watch Jaylen Brown, right? Turns left again. That's the second time. Turns left the third time. Turns left the fourth time. Brings his body that way, and now you go the other way. But you just need to keep your head up. Simple as that. Keep your head up, read the defense, and see what's transpiring. All you need to do, you know what I'm saying? Read your defender. See the floor. See the floor. They are, especially with screens, right? Especially with screens. They have so much gravity. If I make that a clip, I may have to clarify that, but you just need to be able to see the floor. Yo, what's good, bro? What's good? Bam was all-star. Oh, he was a sub this year. He was a whatchamacallit, a replacement. He was an all-star. He was a replacement, wasn't he? Or some shit. But notice this here. I want to talk about the same concept with Duncan Robinson. Understand. This is about to be perfect. He was just a reserve? Oh, I didn't think he was a reserve. I thought whatchamacallit, Paulo had made it over him. But understand this as well. Sometimes when you hoop, you don't even have to set up your screens. Watch Duncan Robinson, right? Hauser's guarding him, taking away the middle. But as Bam gets closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, Hauser's now switched his base to now have to go against the screen, and all Robinson had to do was wait. Just for the screen to approach, which shows you that a screen has gravity on your defender. And if you try to do too much, you could fuck yourself up. And so now what ends up happening, he gets clipped, Robinson has room, he lets that shot over the top, he gets his bucket. Simple as that. Y'all gotta understand. At times, shit, I just gotta be patient. All he had to do was just wait. Let the screen come up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he still got his angle. Defender gets clipped because the screen got their angle. I go off and I do what I need to do. Simple as that. And now here as well, I want to talk about another thing with isolation. You got a lot of gems when it comes down to this. Right? So understand, this is a side out of bounds play, right? Side out of bounds. And so when Miami does decide to run isolations, they're off a set. It's intentional, right? And so now Highsmith gets this pass, he throws it down to Bam, who now has Al Horford. And you're like, oh, I thought he only attacks Jaylen Brown. Oh, this is off a set though, and he's gonna have the room to be able to attack Al Horford. And it's not because he can't score against him. It's just that at certain times we're not just gonna deliberately go ahead and attack someone. We need to make sure they have the proper space, which stops a lot of players from being able to be isolation players because they don't know how the floor needs to be spaced. And so now Bam ends up getting here, right? Highsmith on the cut. What is Bam now gonna do? What space does he have, right? He has room going to this middle. You got shooters up there. I could just get to my spots that I worked on the offseason, get my bucket. Notice his next possession as well, right? Dribble that over. Boom, Bam gets this catch. Bam just needs space. Where is he going to have his space? We got the baseline right here. That doesn't sound like a smart thing to do. Can't do much from over there. Martin cuts. As soon as he clears out, once again, jab to that left side, and now I begin to get into my fades. You know what I'm saying? Fade over the top over Horford, bucket. Bam been getting better by the years. He's been getting tough to guard. Y'all better watch out, no cap. And I'll peep this as well. Bam's still cooking. They like that matchup a little bit. The fourth quarter, they was like, oh, shit, you fuck with this, Bam? Let's get busy. You know what I'm saying? Get busy. And understand this as well. He's not just going to be able to score off those isolations you see with Brown and Horford. He's also going to be able to play within these sets. And this is a majority of possessions. Y'all got to understand this. You've seen some of these isolations, but more often than not, or more often than ISO, he's setting screens, right? He's running these plays. He may not get the touch and get the bucket, but he's doing what he needs to do. And it's not like he's just running ISO after ISO after ISO looking to get his. It just ends up occurring that at times he's going to get that ISO, but majority of the time he's setting screens like he does right here. And he's also built his bag. He's built his skill set to be prepared for these situations. Drop coverage, the person who's going to get back to you stepping far back. Now, right, left, step up, shot off a short roll, bucket. Bam's getting his bag. And like I said, you better watch out. He's getting better by the year. Only 26. Getting better by the year, man. It's tough. It's tough. Now notice here, Caleb Martin guarding Kristaps Porzingis. That's like what, 8 inches height advantage or 6 inches? No diddy, right? And so what ends up occurring, Kristaps gets this touch, right? You'll think he's gonna get a bucket, but in reality, understand this: if you want to stop players who are bigger than you, you got to do this one thing. Watch Caleb Martin right here, right now. Pass is about to get thrown back. He's on that inside of Porzingis. He circles around, gets a hand on that. You got to begin to leverage your speed, leverage your movement, so you can navigate around somebody who's trying to be strong and be heavy-footed. You got to use your light feet, use your speed and quickness to then navigate yourself around and prevent them from being able to get a feel on you. That's the most important part. If you do that, you won't get scored on every single time. It may happen at times, it may be too tough to stop, but you'll get some stops when it comes down to being in a mismatch. And now we getting down to the fourth quarter. No forced ISOs. Ain't no forced ISOs. Ain't no selfish ISOs either. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's part of the Heat culture. You know what I'm saying? It's Heat culture stuff. But it's really just smart basketball. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say like they just play the game the right way, and people want to put a crazy label on it because everybody else's vision is skewed. Everybody else perceives the game in the wrong light. Them, they don't. That's what people got it twisted. And so now, right, it's the fourth quarter, 4:22 left. Miami's got the lead. But the most important thing now is high-quality shots. Herro has the opportunity to shoot that. Nah, don't want it. Let me see if Jaquez got something. Nope, he don't want it. Let me get this back. We need high-quality looks, right? We up 9, about almost 4 minutes left. High-quality looks. Let's get back to our action. Let's get back to our bread and butter, most importantly. Screen by Bam. Drop coverage over here. Herro's got about 5-6 threes at this point in the game, right? So what does Porzingis now do? He got to step up, show a hand on that pump fake, drop down to Bam on that short roll, and you need this as a big. Need this as a big. Short roll into a float. Vital. If Draymond Green had that, he's easily averaging about 12 to 14 a game. But I don't know why he has to add that to his game. You know what I'm saying? I've been questioning this for years. Years, right? If Draymond Green had this right here, short roll into a float, boy, oh my gosh. If I was Draymond Green off season, I would literally be floating my ass off. I'll be floating my ass off. Float. I'll be doing 1,000 floaters a day. Literally pass on the left side, float, low pass, float, catch, float, high pass, float. I'm telling you, bro, if he had a floater, he would prolong his career like this. Like if he worked on that shit this offseason, came back next season, it's going to be like Draymond Green has made some big change to his game. He's now averaging career high in points, field goal percentage, and now it's I don't know what's going on, though. I don't know what's going on. Something so simple, something so crucial, but has not happened. Has not happened. So I want y'all this as well. I want you to even understand this. This is another important thing about closing out games. So understand, when it comes down to closing out games and you have the lead, this is where a team like the Lakers can learn from. Now, with 3 minutes left, 13 on the shot clock, Tyler Herro gets this catch, and this is when they begin to get into their action. Not at the start of the third quarter when you have a 20-point lead or halfway through the third. They wait until the last 3 to 4 minutes to slow down their offense and get into their attacks. Because if you stray away from what has gotten you there and something you can't maintain, then it's going to be hard to be able to keep yourself in the advantage, keep yourself in the lead, right? So now what ends up happening? Screen, White doesn't clear out. White tries to tell Porzingis go to the other side and make a rotation, but he big as hell. He ain't going to do that. Swing to Caleb Martin. He gets that 3 on the wing. High quality looks. We take slow possessions when in the last 4 minutes or so of the game, which is the most important part. Most important part. And now peep Jaquez. Jaquez about to lock up. Peep this by Jaquez. Now, if you know disciplined defense, this is what it looks like. Watch Jaquez. He stays in front of the first move by Tatum. Turns his back, bump again. Picks it up, spin, doesn't jump for it, stays down, bump again, hands high, shot, miss. You'll get that as a byproduct of just staying disciplined. Those misses. It may have been a clean look, but as a byproduct, you got the miss. Let me turn this down as well. We about to be done with this breakdown too. We about to be done with this breakdown. Now notice once again, the timing of these actions. The timing of these actions. Timing of these actions. That's how you don't blow no lead. I'm trying to tell y'all. If you don't want to blow no leads in the game, this is when you begin to get conservative with these possessions. You milk them down, attack about halfway through the shot clock, and now what ends up occurring? Jaquez sends a screen on Holiday. That's all the angle Herro needs. All the angle Herro needs. And by the way, he has not made no two this entire game. Herro, all threes. Everything's been a three thus far. Now he ends up getting down the lane. He sees Porzingis. Porzingis like, you gonna try it? Let me see. Lay right there over the top. He's lay on that contest. Gets that bucket. Smart plays, smart attacks late in the game to maintain that lead. And now here as well. This is another thing. This is one thing as to which Boston doesn't really have, but Miami has, which makes this shit so tough. So now on the defensive side, late in games, this is why Miami's so tough to be able to score against, right? Is now White got the pass, right? Boom, right here, you switch, bam. You can switch everything. You stay here with Tyler Herro at the top, boom. Now you got Jrue Holiday right here, 2 minutes left. We down by 11. We need to get a bucket quick. It forces us to go into isolation, right? And going into isolation, like we just seen with Jaquez, being disciplined with Tatum, he's being disciplined with Jrue Holiday. Just showing hands, showing the body. But even though they didn't get the stop, that's ultimately what makes them tough to guard. Extremely tough to guard right there. All that switching. And when the Celtics got a Kristaps on the floor, you can't switch everything. You got to play these drops. It's tough for that versatility. On top of the fact you shooting your life away on the other side. Crazy. It's tough to be able to even finish games out like that. Or win games consistently like that. So notice this as well, right? Late in game, we got a minute left. We got a minute left, right? Notice, milk the clock. Wait till halfway goes through. Kristaps tells Derek White to go high. Let me get this touch at the elbow, right? Let me get this touch at the elbow. And Boston being in desperation mode, Jaylen Brown tries to get this. I don't know how many players got to try this to understand this shit not going to work, but you go ahead and try it. So he ends up trying to jump that swing to Jaquez in the corner. We'll take a spot up 3, 6 on the shot clock when it comes down to this late in the clock. And even though he shoots that, he does miss this, Boston still got to rush some shit. Always got to rush some shit. So understand, pull 3 by Derek White, you're going to shoot your life away, bro. You're going to shoot your life away. You're going to have minimal opportunities. And so now what just ends up occurring, that's practically game time right there. Tatum forced a foul. Now they got that right there. And so that's the end of this breakdown. And if you want to see part 2 to this breakdown, make sure you go to the Patreon where I'm going to do a breakdown that talks about the direct stuff you need to learn as a hooper from this game exactly, and the workout that you need so you can apply it to a game, all the visualization that you need so you can apply it to a game. And then by the time you get into the game, you're going to be completely prepared mentally and physically, because the third thing I'm posting is also a weight room workout with that. So make sure that if you want to see that part 2, you go ahead, click that Patreon, top of the chat. Make sure you are at the top of the description. And then you also make sure you do what you need to do to be able to get to where you're here to be. But most importantly, let me even go back right quick. I look, you skipped a step. Make sure that you sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self. And do everything you need to do to get to where you're here to be. So discipline or regret, you choose.